When it comes to YouTube, ask yourself, who or what channel do you watch to get your information from? And are these sources that you trust? Are these channels that you absolutely respect? Critical Drinker is definitely one channel that I absolutely love, and I respect most of what he says. There are times when I disagree with him, but I think that's just human nature right there. And yes, another channel that I absolutely love is Nerdrotic. This man has a lot of information out there. He's a hardcore fan of various franchises, and I just think he's a respectable character to watch. And of course, I could not continue without even mentioning heel versus babyface. I absolutely get such a kick out of Az when he goes off on his rants, whether it be about Star Wars or even if whatever game he's talking about. The man is he's just full of information and very entertaining too. Now let's get to the subject matter here, the whole purpose behind my video. This gentleman right here, in case you don't know who he is, Overlord, Dr. Van Doomcock, or DVD. The man who started his channel and reminds us all the time of why he started the channel, because he absolutely was completely disgusted by the cultural vandalism that was done to Star Trek, especially with Star Trek Discovery. He absolutely hated it, and he claims that by the 4th episode he had had enough, and he decided to launch his channel. But why are we talking about him? Well, it's because of the video that he posted today, and that would be May 7th of 2025. The video in question is Star Wars, Doctor Who, or Star Trek. Which of these is doomed beyond repair? This video annoyed the living hell out of me toward the end of it, and let me explain to you why. First, let me be very clear on this. I've enjoyed so much of what Dictor has done with the channel. I think the characters that he presents here are brilliant. However, I do believe there is a bias to this man. As much as I enjoy him, I cannot ignore what I see, and he proved it today. He definitely proved it. And I honestly believe he also spat in the face of his fans.
Last week, I posted the following poll on X. Sincere question. In your opinion, which franchise is the most ruined? I know they're all empty shells of their former selves, but of these, which one is, as Billy Crystal would say, not mostly dead, but totally dead? And please elaborate with replies.
Okay, you got that right. Last week on X, he posted a poll. A sincere question, in your opinion, which franchise is the most ruined? Of course, he's asking about Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who. And I don't think there's anything wrong with asking that question. Not at all. He has a perfect right to do so. He wants to know what the fans, his audience thinks is the worst one. Which one has been murdered the best out of all of them? And that's a very good question. And for me, I'm going with Doctor Who. Star Wars, yeah, that's been butchered. And as long as it's in Disney's hands, I don't see any hope for it. But let's be honest about this. Doctor Who has been crucified. Star Trek still has life in it. A few minutes later, Doomcock releases the poll results. Out of 6,200 people who voted, and the final results are Doctor Who receives 44.7%, Star Wars receives 44.9%, while Star Trek is in a distant third place at 10.4%. Out of 6,200 people, the majority of them felt like Star Trek wasn't even worth counting. It was not as bad off as these other two were. But was this satisfactory to Doomcock? Well, wait and see.
The fact that only 10.4% of you voted for Star Trek amply demonstrates in my mind that Star Trek has been so bad for so long, the fans have deserted it. It's no longer relevant, folks. The fans abandoned that ship a long time ago, driven off by Kurtzman and his cretinous writing staff, and the only reason it didn't get more votes is because no one even thinks about it anymore.
All right, you've heard him just now. he basically told, at least in my opinion, I'm hearing this, he told his fans, the hell with you. All of you who took the poll, the hell with you. You didn't see Star Trek for the train wreck that it was. That 10% just means you didn't know what Star Trek was doing. You stopped watching it many years ago. But Doomcock, you admitted that you stopped watching it years ago too. I couldn't stand Discovery. I stopped watching Star Trek when Discovery was going on because that was a train wreck. I went back to Picard, and the first 2 seasons of that were garbage. They were. Season 3 was the perfect apology for the other 2 seasons. Strange New Worlds, as I continuously say on my channel, has been a mixed bag. There have been good episodes and there have been bad episodes. Yes, it's not perfect, but it is definitely a hell of a lot better than what we were getting with Discovery. Meanwhile, you were out there not only telling people not to watch Star Trek, but you're over there telling them how much you hate Star Wars and all the crap that they've done to the franchise in both Star Wars and Doctor Who, and yet you continue to watch it and push it. Going back to the poll for a moment, do you think it's right for someone to ask you to take a poll, you vote on it, and then they turn around and tell the people who voted for the one thing you hate the most that you didn't vote the way you should have voted because you haven't watched the show in a while? You basically attacked these people. And I don't understand why you would do that. Now, to be fair about it, at the beginning of the video, he did mention that he had a different opinion of which one was going to be the worst. He honestly believed that Doctor Who was going to be the one that was really dead out of all these franchises. But because of all the comments made in the comments section, he's flipped his opinion on it to go back to Star Trek. I'm calling a foul right there because he's hated Star Trek since day one of his channel. He even admitted it. His channel was created in protest of Star Trek. So I think that he did wrong here. If you're going to put a poll up, you should not be flipping it on anyone and then attacking the people that voted a way you didn't like. Well, tell me what you think about this. I'd love to hear your comments. So, drop those comments below and let me know. And until the next time, my friends, God bless.